me, that's why cancer was a gift. To me, that's why I don't say fuck cancer. I say, thank you for teaching me the tools and the lessons I needed to at that time. Because I promise you, if I was still throwing up, starving myself, drinking, hating myself, being stuck in poor relationships, right? Waking up with a negative mindset every day, not moving, not eating well, I promise you, I wouldn't be here today, regardless of the cancer. One of the greatest gifts I ever had in my life was getting cancer, being diagnosed with cancer. I know that sounds like a really weird thing to say, but it's the perspective that I've had for a while now. Being 15 years cancer-free, I feel in many ways that cancer was a gift. And I won't say that in the moment when I was going through cancer, it sucks and it's hard. And going to chemotherapy once or twice every other week that I was going, it's not easy, and being stuck with needles and having to feel like a cushion and an experiment, getting loaded with these drugs, it's not fun, it's not enjoyable, you feel a victim in many ways, yet there's a shift in mindset that I personally was able to take with time that has shifted my perspective and my mindset about cancer, that it's a gift. And the minute that you can remove that feeling and that identity that cancer is happening to you, right? And you can say, this is happening for me for a reason to learn something, right? The biggest change that I made after cancer, I changed a lot about my lifestyle. You can read it in my book. I'm not gonna go into it in detail here. But I changed a lot of my lifestyle. It wasn't immediately after. That would be a pretty picture. I always say that, but it was years later that I started to realize this shit's gonna keep coming back unless I make a change. And the cancer, any cancer or any disease, if you're not changing something along in the process, it has the opportunity to come back around because you're giving it that same environment to grow. So what you allow to grow, to manifest, it will keep growing and manifesting. If you plant grass and you cut it, you're gonna keep having grass grow, right? It doesn't stop it at the root. It just keeps going up. So if all you're doing is treating the cancer in a chemotherapy level or radiation, I did both, right? You're still having those roots that are there. The same thing in any life issue or disease. If all you're doing is masking with a pill, if all you're doing is having the treatment, right? The after treatment, the reactive care instead of the proactive care. We'll get to that in a second. You're gonna keep having the same roots, the same grass growing up. Someone sent me, I need to reference his name because it was really important. You guys send me so many messages on Instagram. Lou J. Kavlena sent me this message on Instagram this morning, and I'm gonna post it here on the screen so you'll see it. It says, fuck cancer, not. I'm not gonna keep saying the F word because you guys are gonna kill me in the comment section, but I will give it an F and you'll know what I mean. I keep hearing the term fuck cancer, but what we really need to be saying is F GMOs, F chlorinating and polluting drinking water, F fast processed foods, F smoking, self-abuse, stress, a bad diet, vaccine additives, chemicals in the air or food supply. Right? The companies that produce these chemicals, F the government for allowing our food and environment to be poisoned, F the medical community for not teaching patients how to live cleaner lives instead of pumping them up like guinea pigs with more chemicals. The last one's a hard one, and I do feel grateful that chemotherapy and radiation have kept me alive to this day. I think it was an important part for my recovery. However, if that's all the focus is and I'm saying fuck cancer, how about all the other things that I was doing to myself before that? Again, I mentioned all that in the book, so I'm not going there in detail, but a lot of it is self-responsibility. When you want to stop blaming the cancer, you want to take responsibility. You want to take personal responsibility. It's easier to blame everything else around you than it is to say, shit, this is me. This is me. These are things that I have done. On the flip side, there are also things that you can undo, that there are new ways you can learn. There are new strategies that you can utilize and implement, and that's where I want to put the focus on. To me, that's why cancer was a gift. To me, that's why I don't say fuck cancer. I say, thank you for teaching me the tools and the lessons I needed to at that time. Because I promise you, if I was still throwing up, starving myself, drinking, hating myself, being stuck in poor relationships, right? Waking up with a negative mindset every day, not moving, not eating well, I promise you, I wouldn't be here today regardless of the cancer. So instead of saying, fuck cancer, instead of saying whatever disease it is out there, think about what you're adding in. Shift the perspective and allow whatever the struggle, challenge, or moment that you're in to empower you, to open your mind, your eyes, and shift that to learn, to grow, and be better for you. Part of being a warrior is about taking personal responsibility, because with that personal responsibility comes a great freedom. And I promise you, when you shift that mindset in your mind, there is freedom from there. Freedom is all a state of the mind, warriors. So find that freedom here. I want to hear your comments on this one. It's a hard one. I tried to not use the F word too many times there. It's not an easy one for Sarita. But I want to hear your comments on this one. It comes from heart, it comes from love. And if you're someone who's struggling with cancer, I have been there. I'm not saying it's an easy battle. I'm saying do your absolute best to self-love you. Do what you can, learn what you can. Take personal responsibility and don't leave all of your health, your hands in the doctors. Right? There's things that you can do too. So put your mind there. Wishing you all well in health and be fierce.